Hi Aries, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I am going to be doing your September 16th to the 30th, 2020 reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also to subscribe to my channel. And if you would like to be notified whenever I upload new videos, and I upload all the time, just hit the bell notification button. And if you would like to know about any of the cards that I use, they will all be linked in the description box below. Now, before we dive into this reading, let's clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from your body, like storm clouds. Feeling yourself become calm, steady, and at peace as you enter into this safe and loving space. All right. Now, I have to say that I am rather excited as we dive into the tarot. This is my very first time using this brand new deck, Tarot of the Divine. It will be linked, of course, in the description box below. It is 78, okay, the 78 tarot cards, but every single one put to a different fairy tale, a different folklore, a different mythology. It is amazing, and I am so thrilled. I have been waiting for this deck to come out for quite some time, and I am just thrilled to be able to use it for you guys, and that it was created. All right, so let's see here. Aries, September 2020. September 2020. But September 16th to the 30th, 2020 Aries. 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 Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Oh, goodness. Absolutely beautiful quality cards. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. I love how your cards are coming out in larger piles, not just one by one. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Ooh, okay. So these ones right here, this one here, and this one here. One bonus card. Absolutely fantastic. Okay. Now before we turn these over, let's see what your chakra energy is for this time. Aries, September 16th to the 30th, 2020 Aries. September 16th to the 30th, 2020 Aries. September 16th to the 30th, 2020 Aries. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. All right, these four. I love how the cards are just jumping out at you. So this one right here, spiritual awakening, and that one just jumped out on its own. And so here, your spiritual awakening is going to be very much like that jumping forward, that moving you to a place that you hadn't expected. This is, of course, your crown chakra, and there is a lot of knowledge, a lot of wisdom coming your way, and it's going to be very unexpected. You think you're heading in one direction, and Spirit is like, hold up, Aries, I have a surprise for you. This is also saying, what is the crown that you wear? Is it a beautiful crown? Is it a crown that's fit for royalty, a crown of pride and beauty and grace and elegance and kindness? Or is it a crown of jealousy, doubt, despair, hurt, pain? What are you crowning yourself with? because as you walk into this spiritual awakening, you're going to go through a time where what you crown yourself with, what is forefront in your mind, becomes even heavier upon you. So just be aware of that. Then we have listening, the throat chakra. So here, you are being told that it's almost one of your superpowers during this time. And I love that the throat chakra also brings with it listening, because so often when I think of the throat chakra, I just think of talking, or I used to just think of talking. But this is also the way that we communicate. And listening is so terribly important. And it's something that people really don't do nowadays. We like to talk, we like to hear ourselves, and we like to always be entertained with something. And instead of just turning off the world and giving the person sitting next to us our complete attention, or just listening to the birds and listening to the world around us, we always are being occupied one way or another. Listening for you is going to be your superpower. Listening for you is going to help broaden the way that you see things and connect you to a higher place. It's also going to show you what people really want. They're going to say kind of one thing, but you're going to listen to the undertones. You're going to listen to everything that they desire, and what they are telling you. And you're going to see the way to put things together in a way that other people just aren't. So it really is going to be beautiful. And then we have determination. This is the solar plexus chakra. It does feel at times you're swimming upstream. Most definitely you have the salmons right here. But salmon as a spirit animal represents a beautiful awakening, represents a power, represents a brilliance. And so here, yes, at times it feels like you're swimming against everybody else's emotional truth, because you are. You're swimming towards your place, your power, your truth, and your being. And you don't want to be weighed down by everybody else's muck and mire. So here with determination, you are determined to be in the place that is right for you. You are determined to go against the tide and claim your power and claim your truth. And it's very much a gut reaction to things during this time. You're going to sit there and say, well, I just felt it, or I just knew. And you're also going to need to be very mindful of the food that you eat, the drinks that you drink, because your gut is going to be very sensitive and also very, very boisterous to you. And then we have creativity, the sacral chakra. This is where a lot of negativity from this life and past lives are held. So you are releasing a lot of what has been keeping you from creating the world that you want. A lot of baggage that you have been carrying, either you've inherited it through your DNA line, or it's been inherited through your past lives. And now you are seeing yourself break out of a chain, break out of a loop, a cycle, and really embrace the creativity of your world, yourself, and your desire. This can also be heightened sexual energy, so do be mindful of this. All right. So the left-hand side here, this is your inner self. The middle is your emotional, your heart self. The right-hand side is your public self. And of course, you have your one bonus card. So we have the sun, the Five of Cups, the sun, blessings, beauty, Five of Cups, change your mind, change your life. The Eight of Cups, you're walking away from something you once thought you would love. To the Three of Cups. Now, I read the Three of Cups kind of differently from others. The Three of Cups, for me, are people who have celebrated us, but also who have said that they celebrate us, but don't actually. This is also knowing the people who truly celebrate you, who truly love you, who truly care for you, and not lumping them into one category or another. I'll get to that in more detail in just a few minutes. Just moving back my camera. We have the Ace of Wands, God, Source, Spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, handing you this gift of creativity. We have the Hermit, which is Virgo energy, a time frame of August 23rd to September 22nd. You have the Chariot, Cancer energy, a time frame June 21st to July 22nd. And the High Priestess, absolutely beautiful. You have the Lovers, Gemini energy, a time frame of May 21st to June 20th. The Ten of Coins, prosperity that lasts for generations. The World is opening up to you in a way that really is quite beautiful. And then you have the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords are lessons learned. It really are. They are, looking at things and having life sometimes feel like overkill, feel like things are overwhelming. But a way that I also like to see the 10 of Swords is that each lesson that has been learned, stabs us in the back, leaves a wound. And it is the way that we move forward from these wounds within this knowledge that really does embrace us, that really does help define us. And your bonus card right here is the Emperor, which is you in the major arcana Aries. So the very essence of yourself is coming through and kind of looking out at all of this and seeing the way that you need to move forward, seeing what you desire. Now, you do have a lot of major arcana cards within this deck, within this reading. And with these major arcana cards, this means that this isn't going to be as easy a time as you would like it to be. Major arcana cards are heavy hitters. And so here, you're going to have this sense of moving forward towards something so much more than you had originally thought. You have the repeat of the number 10. Actually, you have 10 3 times and in a row. And this is divinity saying that things are changing. You're having the end of a cycle coming forward and a beginning of a new cycle. Oh, not 3 times in a row. You have it twice. So it still is a very powerful, beautiful connection to the way that you are moving forward and the place that you want to be. Now, as you move forward in this knowledge and in this understanding, let's see the people who are going to be aiding you during this time. Aries, September 16th to the 30th. Aries, September 16th to the 30th. Aries, who will be aiding Aries, September 16th to the 30th. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly the people who will be aiding Aries. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. All right, these 4, beautiful. So we have here the Queen of Pentacles, Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This is going to be a person who really resonates with you. Their energy resonates to your energy. And they're going to help you kind of move forward in a very practical, grounded, nurturing sense. It's looking at the seeds that you want to plant and the way that you are nurturing them, warming them, and guiding them with the light of your fire and your passion. Because remember, fire, energy, sun in the sky, the core of the earth. So you're vital to your success, and your passion, your determination is absolutely vital. And so here, this is a person who has you seeing things a bit differently. Now remember, the people who aid and the people you need to be mindful of, they do not have to be people that you know in real life. They can affect you and guide you in so many different ways. But this is a person who is seeing you look at your prosperity, your bounty, and the way that you are being guided forward in a different way and with much more of a realization of where you want to end up being. Then we have the Queen of Wands, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This is a person who very much, registers with you. You very much connect with this person. You share a lot of interests. You think, now if you don't know this person in real life, you'll think, oh wow, we could be really good friends. This is a person who's not afraid to roll up their sleeves and really get the job done. With the Queen of Pentacles, this is a person who sees connections that most people miss. Most people wouldn't see that, something so benign can affect something so powerful, but the Queen of Pentacles will. With the Queen of Wands, this is a passionate, fiery energy. This is determination. This calls to what gets you out of bed in the morning. And this is a person who helps you see more of your truth and helps you embrace more of what really sets you apart from others. Then we have the Strength card, a Leo energy. This is a time frame July 23rd to August 22nd. This is a strength of the heart. This isn't just brute force strength. This isn't really brute force strength at all. This person could be physically rather weak, but emotionally and spiritually is profoundly strong. And that's really what's going to call to you during this time, because you're seeing your strength, you're seeing your power, you're seeing your beauty, and you are moving forward in the strength of your heart and in the compassion of your soul. And that's what this person calls to. And then we have the Princess of Wands. This is a person who, again, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, strong Leo presence within this reading. but this is a person who is learning the extent of their passion, of their power, of the way that they want to move forward, who has a younger energy to them. It does not mean that they have to be young, but they have a very different way of looking at things, and they're not held to the same kind of boundaries or rules as somebody who is doing things with more orthodoxy would be. And so here, this is a person who helps you kind of push the limits, who helps you see things, again, in a new light and in a new way of moving forward. That's going to be a very powerful pull for you during this time, is kind of breaking the way things once had been done and knowing more of your truth, your power, and where you want to stand within yourself. You start off with your inner self, blessed by the sun. This is the happiest card in the whole entire deck. And this is you moving forward in passion, in love, in beauty, in grace, but also know that as this light shines on you, and as you have here, now I haven't gone through, as I said, this is the first time reading these cards. I haven't gone through the book and know all the mythologies that and all the fairy tales that are being used. But this is the sun god, Ra, of course. And so here, there is a sense of living in the sun and living in this truth, and kind of very well being larger than life. And so here, as you have this power coming forward, you are embracing a larger than life self, but also you are going to find that people kind of take you by eyes, because you have this power leading you and guiding you and blessing you. And people want to know, why not me? Why don't I shine with this light? Well, first of all, Aries, you are a fire sign energy. So when it comes to your fire, your passion, the beauty that is you, you tend to radiate with it a little bit more easily, as fire sign energies do, than the other signs. You tend to kind of take the spark and really burn brightly with it. And so here, as this comes in, don't lessen your flame because of others. Because here you have this gift of the sun coming in, you have the Ace of Wands moving you forward, a gift that is just for you. And it leads you to the lovers. It leads you to what you love within your life, within your soul, a duality of yourself. And that's a very powerful way to be crowned during this reading. And that can even be equating back to the spiritual crown that Spirit was showing me with your spiritual awakening crown chakra card. Then we have the Five of Cups. Now for me, the Five of Cups is changing your mind and changing your whole entire life. It's looking behind you and seeing that two cups still stand. It is embracing the love, the healing, and the beauty of those two cups. Because in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, you know, the Two of Cups is the minor arcana lover's card. And that is what you are embracing here, that love, that healing. And it really does affect you in a very public way, in the public arena. And so within yourself, as this blessing comes in, you start to shift the way that you're looking at things. No longer are you going to be so terribly hard on yourself all the time. It's shifting towards what you love, towards what you desire, and towards what you need. And as you do so, the Eight of Cups is right here. And the Eight of Cups is an ending as severe as a divorce. It is a walking away from something that no longer fits you, that is no longer right for you. And as you have this ending come in, you have yourself moving towards a new and powerful beginning. But it is a hard thing to embrace this ending and to be able to move forward. As I always like to say with the Eight of Cups, it is like having a really beautiful pair of shoes. And the shoes are horribly uncomfortable. So you have them, you love them, they can be super, super pretty, as they usually are. But every time you wear them, they pinch your feet, you can't walk in them, and what's the point? What's the point in shoes if they cannot travel with you and protect you on adventures? And so here with the Eight of Cups, you are beginning that adventure. You are walking away from something that maybe once really sang to your soul, really, you know, was a part of you, but now no longer is where you want to be and is where you need to be. And so this takes courage. As I said before, it is an ending as severe as a divorce, but it does not have to be a divorce from a person that you love or you're in a relationship with. It can be an ending, a divorce from a mindset, from, you know, doubts and fears, from what has been holding you back. And you're saying, you know what, no, I am severing these ties and I am moving forward. And you are seeing here with the Three of Cups, because I do see this card differently. But of course, this depiction right here is of celebration, and I would assume the fairy tale and the mythology is such. And so here with the Three of Cups, it is knowing who to stand by and who not to. You've been burnt in the past, Aries. And with being burnt in the past, you have had people who were supposed to celebrate you. They just were. They were supposed to be on your side. They could be parents, they could be grandparents, they could be teachers, they could be best friends, lovers. They were supposed to be on your side, and they just weren't. They let you down. And they let you down in that way that breaks the heart just a little bit, that, makes you gasp inward and say, how do I trust again? But this is also knowing the people who stand by you. They might not have been as flashy or as, prominent in your mind as the person who betrayed you or the people who have betrayed you. But they are just as powerful, if not more so, because where they come from is from a place of love, of kindness, and of respect. And that is what we need more of in our lives. And so this is looking at the hurt, and it is saying, I'm not here. I'm not focusing on you. I am focusing on the love and the beauty, and I am walking towards that, and I am ending this cycle of doubt and fear, because as the sun shines on you, your emotions rise. And there is the sense of conflicting emotions, of hurtful doubts and choices needing to be made. But as you do so, there is a blessing that comes forward. And there is a blessing that is you. And this blessing for you, of you, that guides you. And even if this is your angels and your spirit guides being there for you, even if you say, Dane, I do not have somebody in my life who I can rely on, then this is a turning towards your angels, towards your spirit guides, and saying, you will light my path. You will lead me forward. And as they do so, and this is even if you do have people in your life, this is still turning towards your angels, turning towards your spirit guides, and saying, you will light me forward. You guide me to so much more. And the beautiful thing is that they do. Now, I do not have a court card with the wands here, so I don't have you taking this gift right away, but it permeates every single aspect of you during this time, because we do have people holding staves within their hands, right? And so here, you are seeing yourself moving forward. You're seeing this gift of passion, this gift of creation, this gift of insight, ideas, and creativity coming around you, lighting you forward. And it's a gift from God, Source Spirit, however you see the divine, the universe. And it's telling you to be. It's telling you to create. It's telling you to walk in inspiration. And as you do so, and as this light shines on you, and as this power becomes a part of you, you have the Hermit. You turn in. And what's beautiful is he has that wand right here. Now, of course, this is a pen, but we have the Hermit. And the Hermit turns inward. The Hermit says it is enough what the outside world is saying. And you might need a break. I mean, Lord knows that these are unprecedented times. And if you are listening to the news and listening to everything, it can become astoundingly overwhelming. This is a Virgo energy, again, a time frame of August 23rd to September 22nd. But this is a time where you turn in and you're being guided towards the spiritual. Because stags, are roiled energy. But here, this is also a spiritual energy that is guiding you forward, embracing you with your royalty, with your majesty, with the reason why you're here. And you might say, Dane, I don't know the reason why I'm here, and it all seems really fatal. You might be kind of adopting a nihilistic way of looking at things. Why? Why bother anymore? And for some of you, Aries, with having a foe that cannot be fought, it becomes very stressful and it can become very overwhelming. But this Virgo energy is telling you to turn in, to look at what you desire and what you need within your life, because you're going to see yourself moving forward in a way that you had not expected. You're going to see yourself guided in a way that felt out of reach before. And it does not have to do with the noise of the rest of the world. It has to do with your inner self, the connection that you have with divinity and your angels, the gifts that you are being given. And it moves you forward. It moves you forward in the power of your heart. Because the charioteer, is the tank of the ancient world. The charioteer is a person who has clear vision, clear insight, and goes after what they want, leads the charge. This is a sense of knowing what you stand for. So as you walk away, and with Cancer energy, the funny thing is that people usually underestimate Cancers. They are more quiet, more subdued, especially a Cancer really on their path. I'm not saying a negative Cancer. So where you would overlook, or where people are overlooking you, there's a power and there's a force and there's a brilliance. You are a warrior of what you love, and that love is moving you forward. So you have this passion that ignites the heart. You have this insight that guides you to turning inward, to really connect with your emotional self, to what you desire within this world. And then it charges you forward in love, in beauty, in acceptance, in a ferocity of spirit you might have not realized that you had, or you thought that you lost. You thought with everything that is going on in the chaos of the world and the hardships and the pains of living, that, that fire wasn't there anymore. And the beautiful thing is, Aries, it is. It is. And it's not fighting simply to fight. It is fighting to embrace the life that you are born to live. It is moving forward towards what you love and towards what is of utter importance to you. And it leads you to the High Priestess. It leads you to a person who sees beyond the veil. And it leads you to you being able to see beyond the veil. This is a sense of seeing people for who they truly are, not who they want to be, not the mask that they wear. This is also a sense of the night being astoundingly inspirational to you. You are going to know so much more. And as you see more clearly, and as you take in this information, it can become astoundingly overwhelming for you. The High Priestess, here as you have the blessings and also you deal with the hurts coming forward, and as you see, you have the 3, then the countdown to the 2. You then have the 10 of Swords. You have doubts and you have fears and a sense of feeling like, what has it all been for? But you also have wisdom and knowledge. And the High Priestess, nothing is ever gotten easily for the High Priestess, right? The High Priestess is the voice that we have lost. It is a power that seems to have been forgotten. And it is a seizing back that power, a seizing back that insight, and being able to have an eloquence and an elegance of self and of beauty. It is seeing things more clearly. The High Priestess always makes me think of the Oracle of Delphi. In the Oracle of Delphi, she lived her life in a cave. She was chosen and she would breathe in these fumes, so you could say that she was simply hallucinating. But so many of the ancient world, all the great leaders, the great powers, they came to her. Well, a lot of them. They came to her and they heard their fortune told. They heard what she had to say, and she spoke in riddles and she spoke in rhymes, which is the way that Spirit speaks to us. If things were made completely and terribly clear, the point of this journey, the point of discovery and being would not be as profound as it is. And so here with the High Priestess, it is being able to decipher the stories. It is being able to see the truth of what is being told. And it is not being afraid of what lies ahead. And as that energy comes forward, and as you see behind the veil, it can become astoundingly intense. You might need to tell Spirit, especially when it comes to your heart, your power, your truth. You have such ferocity here. You have a gift from divinity, and then you have 3 major arcana cards. So this is emotionally an astoundingly intense time. And we see that with the inner self, where you have the sun shining on you, you have this gift given, right? The fire comes. And then you are facing the doubts that have held you back. You are moving forward in a way you hadn't expected. And you are seeing the people to celebrate, but you're also releasing the people who have failed you. And they have failed you because they could not love the way that you needed to be loved. They could not stand for you and defend you in the way that you needed. And whenever this happened, and for a lot of you, it happened when you were very young, or it happened with somebody who had tremendous impact over you. And now, as you see more clearly, you are entering into what you love. But know that your heart is profoundly intense. You're almost going to feel like it's prophetic during this time. And then you have the Lovers. This is my favorite fairy tale of Beauty and the Beast. And this is a sense of beauty being seen, of love conquering, of a duality of self, of a power that is immense. The Lovers is a Gemini energy. May 21st to June 20th is the time frame. You're going to see, and I'm just seeing a mercurial-like nature. As you're moving forward, you are going to find Aries, and this is going to be kind of different for you, because usually you like to take your stance and stand in your truth. You are, Aries is the warrior god, of course, in Greek mythology. You are, the god of war, the god who takes their stance and moves forward in that stance. But here with the Lovers, this is more mercurial. This is more ever-changing. This is, what you love, but things evolve and things become more and things, gain a deeper insight or, change. And that's going to be something that you are really coming to terms with during this time, especially since you have the Eight of Cups here. You're walking away from what you once thought you would love, and you're moving with the Cancer energy here to a profound sense of love that powers you. And this is that love crowning you in your public arena, in what you desire. Things have to come from the heart, but also have a duality to them. Nothing is quite as black or white as we want it to be. Black ink, white page, everything being spelt out. Things are going to be more emotional. Things are going to be more instinctual, and you have to listen to that. You do, because it's going to make you better as you move forward in the public arena. And I know have to is a harsh thing to say, but Spirit is saying it is something that needs to be seen, and this needs to be seen within you. Then this leads you to the 10 of Pentacles, the 10 of Coins. This is wealth that lasts for generations. This is prosperity, or what you value as much as money, coming in, and you have the 2 tens. So you have prosperity coming, and you have 2 very different tens. You can even see that in the depictions. The imagery is so profoundly different. You have prosperity coming in, and then you have what feels like despair. And it's not despair. It is a changing, it is an evolving, it is a looking at all the hurts and the pains. And it's because of this wealth that you are seeing everything that you have learned, everything that has shaped you, everything that has made you doubt yourself, everything that is. And you're embracing the knowledge that you now have and the way that you need to move forward. Change is on the air for you. In the public arena, you see things changing. You see yourself changing. You see yourself becoming empowered. Again, this is wealth, or something you value as much as money. So this is a prosperity coming in that deeply connects to you. And it doesn't mean that it has to be a windfall, though it would be lovely if it were. But it does mean that it moves your life towards the better. And it comes from looking within, and it comes from a changing of ideas and ideals. And it comes to letting in wealth, letting in prosperity, and being open to it. There's also a sense of breaking the chains that keep us from achieving what we were born here to achieve. So by this, I mean, and what Spirit is showing that sometimes, and a lot of times, we inherit a pauper's mentality. We inherit the fact that money is hard to come by. We get this from our parents, we get this from the media, we get this from the world. And it makes us think that we cannot be successful, that we cannot change our lives through prosperity, that it's always going to be something that we have to fight for, that has to be, that has to be a battle. And you're going to see here, Aries, that it's not a battle, that wealth comes to you in a way that you hadn't expected, but in a way that deeply, deeply talks to your soul, yourself, and your power. It leads to the world opening to you because there's a wealth and there's a prosperity to you. There is this sense of being entitled to the doors opening. And as the world comes to you, and as the world opens, it brings joy. It brings a sense of a purpose and determination. It's the doors that were once locked being opened, no longer being locked to you. It's no longer defining yourself by disabilities or, disasters. And it's saying, I deserve so much more. And as the world opens, yes, most of the world is closed, right? But the world is closed right now. But there is the sense of it becoming open to your soul and yourself. The way that you have been held back is now breaking. And you're saying, why? Why cannot I move forward in the prosperity and in the brilliance and in the wisdom of myself, my soul, and my desires? Why must I stay small? Why not be larger than life? And that's what you're embracing here. And it's through the hurts and the pains, and they're going to want to come up and say, but you can't do this. You can't possibly move forward this way. And what you're seeing is how strong you are, how much you have overcome, how much you have changed. Is it painful? Yes. Do we always like changing? No. Do we like change? No. As human beings, we're not really that keen on it. But we have changed completely, or profoundly, one might say. And Aries, that's what you're seeing in yourself. That you are not the person that you were 10 years ago. You're just not. Each year you have learned a different lesson. And for a lot of you, Aries, this has been a hard and profound road. And you see the hurts that you have lived through. And you are a warrior of your truth. Now this is King Arthur. And here it is embracing that power. It's having that right to rule, right? It is claiming that throne. And the way I really like to see the emperor is as David in the Old Testament. And why I like that, and the way I see Arthur is very much embodying this, because the tales of King Arthur have evolved and have changed and have become so much more than what they originally started as. And they bridge two worlds. They bridge a pagan world and a Judeo-Christian world. You know, they bridge, and of course, all the other religions that are practiced today, but they bridge this world. And so here, when I see King David bridges the Greek gods, right? And of course, all the pantheons that came before. And we come, to Christ. And Christ is perfect. And I'm using the Greek gods right now because they are profoundly human. They were human, but just with superpowers. And they were petty, and they were hurtful, and they were spiteful. And they kind of got a bunch of laughs off of that. And King David, he fell and he failed. He didn't always do the right thing, but he strove for better, just like King Arthur. Strives for better, strives for more, stands up for what he believes in, fights the battles against darkness and against negativity. And that is what you are doing. And that is who you are, Aries. A positive Aries. You're like King Arthur. You're like King David. You are king in and of yourself. And your power is astounding. For people to come up against your will, to come up against your force is amazing. A negative Aries can be overwhelming. A negative Aries is like Nero, who plays his fiddle as Rome burns. So just be mindful of this, because I'm seeing such tremendous power around you, such tremendous force and such tremendous beauty. So let's go deeper. Let's go deeper, because Spirit is saying you are grace during this time. Aries, September 16th to the 30th, 2020, Aries. September 16th to the 30th, 2020, Aries. September 16th to the 30th, 2020, Aries. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Show me clearly, guide this reading, and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. So I do know that some of you have very good hearing, and you might be able to pick up my nephew in the background. He has decided that he absolutely despises having his diaper changed. So if you can hear him, I do apologize. All right, so let's see here the people who will be aiding you during this time. But I always think it is so terribly funny because he's an Aries himself, and he likes to make these little, sound appearances. Aries. Who will be aiding Aries September 6th? Who does Aries have to be mindful of September 16th to the 30th, 2020 Aries. Who does Aries have to be mindful of? September 16th to the 30th, 2020 Aries. Who does Aries have to be mindful of? September 16th to the 30th, 2020 Aries. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Fantastic. Only 3. I like that. 4 to aid and 3 to be mindful of. That's really quite beautiful. We have here the Prince of Swords. This is somebody who wants to move forward too quickly, doesn't want to think things through, is just going to charge. And Aries, for you during this time, this is such an emotionally powerful time. This is such an intense time for you. You can't just charge. This is air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You will not be able to just charge. It needs to be a more heartfelt decision, not just mentally having the facts or, sitting there and saying, it feels right now, and I'm going to go for it. That's just going to be so against you during this time. And don't let yourself be talked into it, because people might sit there and say, well, you're just not taking this seriously, or you're being too cautious. No, really go with your gut, because your determination, you are going against the tide. And so here, that's really quite clear. And then you have the Prince of Pentacles. So this can be youthful male energy around you, kind of trying to get you to make one decision or another. This is Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and this is somebody who is moving very slowly. It's very interesting. You have the Prince of Swords, the fastest moving knight, and then you have the Prince of Pentacles. This is the Druid craft deck. They have princes instead of knights. So this is the slowest moving knight. And this person is moving slowly and steadily towards the direction of their prosperity. However, it is not going to be the direction of yours. And you're going to think, and there is this sense that I'm being too emotional, I'm being too, too much, I'm taking things too personally, is what Spirit is showing. And it's like, you're not. You are being perfect. And so here, don't let somebody tell you otherwise. And don't let somebody say, oh, you have to walk this way, because it's not the right path for you. And though they're walking more steadily, more slowly, more connected, they are still making as rash a decision as the Prince of Swords. And then you have the King of Cups, a water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. For me, the King of Cups, he rules his island. He rules himself. He is in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. He is the king on the stone, in the middle of the ocean. Now, there's a kingdom behind him, so it is implied that, yes, he's a king up there, but it's implied. It's not stated. And so here you have him on the rock. You have the Irish wolfhound behind him. So he can have, either a large dog, or he can have this loyalty of people around him, or of people believing in him. But this is a king of just himself. And in a positive way, yes, that is brilliant, and that's what we all are, is a king of just our world, of ourselves and our souls. But this king of cups, is too emotional, okay? And is too egocentric and self-centered during this time. And this is not going to be a person you want to follow, because they're not looking at the big picture. They're looking only at themselves and how they feel. And that can be very enticing, because during this time, you are going to be looking at yourself and how you feel. But you're looking at it more broadly, more openly, more honestly. This is a person who is being very close-minded and not very insightful. We have the Four of Swords. The Eight of Cups, again, right over the Eight of Cups, there's something you're walking away from. The Two of Wands, and the world opens as you walk away. I love that. You have the Knight of Swords, so you have a negative Knight of Swords, and here you have a positive Knight of Swords. Air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. It's time to move forward. This is the mind and the heart coming together. You have the Eight of Wands. It happens quickly. And you have the Three of Swords. It has you facing heartbreak and pain and disappointment and 1,010,000 different reasons why things should not move forward, why you can't trust yourself, or why you have been hurt. And yeah, you have been hurt in the past, and fear the present, and question the future. We have the Hangman. You're seeing things differently. The Ace of Swords. God, Source, Spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, is handing you this gift, and you're absolutely taking it, of the mind. It's empowering you. It's emboldening you. You have the Wheel of Fortune. Things are changing. Yeah, and that's the that's the third 10 that I saw before. So here you do have that Wheel of Fortune, that change and that divine sense of things are changing. And now it's time to move forward with it. This is a change of seasons. This is a change of ideas. This is a change of being. And it is quite good for you. But it does also come with heartbreak and doubt, as things seem to be hand in hand during this time. With the Four of Swords, you need to rest and you need to give yourself credit for all the hurts, the pains, the disappointments that you have been through, for the war that you have fought. Because to exist is to fight the war of this world. And to be true to yourself is to fight the war against everything that tells you that you are not enough. And so here it is resting. Here it is looking. Here it is connecting. It is knowing your mind, your soul, and yourself. It leads you to the Eight of Cups. It leads you to walking away from what you once thought you would love. And it's a powerful ending. You have the repeat of the number 8 right here. 8 is a good luck number. 8 is a feminine number. 8 is also an astoundingly serious number. So you're taking things very, very seriously. And as you're taking things very seriously, you're also emotionally, astoundingly connected to things. So just be mindful not to take things so seriously that you cannot disentangle yourself and your emotions from the actual thing that is happening, because that can be an intensity that comes around you during this time. As you walk away, and as you have this ending, and as you sit there and you say, I don't care how pretty it is no longer me. And it can also be an old way of being. I don't care how much, people want me to be like this. It is no longer me. And I need to move forward in my truth and in my understanding. And that's where the world starts opening up to you. In the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, this is a man standing with 2 wands and the world in his hands. And it is the world has become small. Meaning that yes, quite literally, we can connect to the rest of the world so much more easily than before. But this is also saying for you, personally, spiritually, you feel like you can handle what the world has to throw at you, what the world offers. And you're moving from a fear and doubt sense of being or place of being to a place of, I can do this, and I need to do this for me. And it moves you with your heart and your mind coming together to the King of Swords. Now, with the heart and mind coming together, it is so important because I see us as emotional beings. And as emotional beings, we need to have the heart and the mind talking. Because if we are just purely emotion, that is a bit chaotic and a bit much. And if we are just purely logic, that is cold and not connected. And so when you have the mind and the heart talk to each other, as you do here, with yourself turning inward and taking these gifts from divinity of passion and power and beauty, you start to move forward. You start to see what it is that you desire. You cut through the doubts and the fears. You defend the crown that you wear, because knights defend kings and queens. And if you are creating your crown, that is what you are. And as you're moving forward, knowledge is guiding you. You're going to want to be very rash. And so the Prince of Swords is really going to call to you, this person who's just charging forward. There is a very appealing energy to that. And you're going to want to. You're going to want to sit there and say, I just want to run. I just want to be. I just want to go. But you have to kind of pull it back and see in your mind and in yourself what's truly important and what bigger thing you are connecting to. It then moves you to the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is change coming in, whether you like it or not. It's moving to your heart. It's moving with your heart and your soul. It is being able to defend where you stand, but it is also knowing that you cannot stop the tide, even if you wanted to. And it has you here, as you see things more clearly, more openly, more honestly. It has you facing nightmares, hurts, pains, the disappointments, the devastations that shape us in life, because we are shaped by hurt. We are. If you always get your way, and you see people who never really had to struggle for anything and just always get what they want, even if they say, oh, I had to, throw a bit of a fit, then I get what I want. They're spoiled. The Three of Swords keeps us from being spoiled. Now, You might sit there and say, listen, a little bit of spoiled would be nice. And I completely agree. But the Three of Swords is necessary. It is to know the power of the heart. And how can you know how strong your heart is? Is it if it is never tested? If you never know pain and loss and fear and despair. It is the things that we box away. And we say, oh, I'm just not going to look at that. Spirit is saying, look at it. Look at it openly and honestly. With the High Priestess, you have the power to see the truth of the lessons you have learned and what needed to be told. The moral of the story, one might say. And as you're looking at this, you're looking at your honesty, you're looking at your openness, you're looking at yourself. And you're finding that you see the world quite differently than you have seen it before. And it's calling in your love, it's also calling in your prosperity. And by looking at the world differently, you're going to think, oh, I'm not doing this right, I should be more like everybody else. But maybe, just maybe, Aries, everybody else should be a little bit more like you, in the way that they are not conforming, in the way that they are seeing things more truthfully, more openly, more honestly for themselves. And as you see this, and as the Hangman changes your point of view, changes your mind and changes your life, you have this gift of knowledge coming in that you use to defend you. This gift from God, Source, Spirit, however you see the divine, the universe. And if you see quite clearly here, you are holding a sword. So it is really quite beautiful that you get this gift, because it's going to be second nature for you to use it. It's going to be an understanding. It's going to be a knowledge. It's going to be a deep wisdom. It is well earned and well fought for. It leads you then to the Wheel of Fortune. It leads you to change. A change of seasons, a change of times, a change that is needed. And as you see this change coming in, you feel like you're on a Ferris wheel. No, well, not so much a Ferris wheel, but a roller coaster. But yes, a Ferris wheel. You see things very clearly, and then when you're at the bottom of the Ferris wheel, you don't see things as clearly. But also the roller coaster, because things are changing so much. And you have your highs, your lows, your lefts, your rights, and you think, am I in the right place? Like, am I doing the right thing? There is a severe sense of questioning, a severe sense of doubt. But then there is a severe beauty that comes around you, that leads you forward, that lets you see more and more. And as you do so, you see yourself more truthfully, more openly, more honestly, because you are able to adapt. You are able to mold and to be, especially in the public arena, as you don't see things the same way as everybody else. And as you have this gift of knowledge, this way of molding and being is beautiful for you. It lets you move forward in a way that you have doubted. And it lets you see things in a way that you had thought was lost. And as this truth comes forward, you see yourself more openly and more honestly. Now let's see what your spirit animal message is for this time. Aries, September 16th to the 30th, 2020, Aries. September 16th to the 30th, 2020, Aries. September 16th to the 30th, 2020, Aries. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. 3 is what Spirit is saying. Okay, there we go. Just jump out. Oh, 4. That's brilliant. So we have the Moth Spirit. Surrender now. Surrender now to the changes that are coming forward. Also know that this time period for you is going to be more of a surrendering than you are used to, because of the profound major arcana cards that are here. There is going to be a sense, as you go deeper, there is going to be more of a malleability to it, but there is the sense of moving in a way that makes you see the world quite different. And so surrendering to that difference is going to be a way that you move forward with more ease, with more grace of self and soul. Then we have the Turkey Spirit. Give with gratitude and grace. As the changes come, give with gratitude and grace, and see yourself becoming more, and see yourself guided to more. This then leads you to the Dragonfly Spirit. Truth transcends illusions. So trust what you are seeing. Trust that the illusions are falling away, and that's going to be a very profound change for you, with the illusions falling away and the truth coming forward. And then we have the Seahorse Spirit. Watch and wait. There is going to be so much happening during this time. Watch and wait how things unfold. You're going to think you're headed in one direction, and then it's going to be quite different. And you're really going to be surprised at the twists and turns of this time. So let's see your subconscious message. With your spirit animal, your subconscious message is the scarab beetle spirit. Magic works through you. And that's beautiful because in ancient Egypt, scarab beetles were considered sacred. And so the magic working through you and the magic working with you is a sacredness that has once been overlooked. And remember what Brahma said. He said, I hide the God's head within man, because that is the one place he will not look for it. You are looking for it internally. You are seeing this magic come forward within you. It is your passion, it is your fire, it is the way that you build creation. And that is so important for you, to not let that fire die out, to not let the truth of you become a whisper. Then we have your subconscious people message, which is the high priest, the Hierophant. This is a Taurus energy, a time frame of April 20th to May 20th. This is staying to your truth and staying true to yourself. This is power, this is understanding, and this is brilliance. This is knowing so much more than you give yourself credit for. This is embracing being the King of Kings. Because remember, in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, this card is depicted by the Pope. And the Pope in ancient times, in medieval times, could tell kings what to do, could tell emperors what to do. And you are embracing that power, that unwavering force of authority to yourself. This is being true to you. No matter what other people say, it is carrying your truth forward. This then leads you to your subconscious chakra message, which is personal power, the solar plexus chakra. You are embracing your power in a way that you had not expected. You are finding yourself becoming stronger, becoming more determined, more focused, more centered during this time. It is not going to be an easy road, that's for sure, but it's definitely going to be a road that you are profoundly glad that you traveled, and that opens doors for you along the way that you didn't know you wanted open, and you might not even have known existed. Oh, goodness, your subconscious tarot message is the Prince of Cups. This is a water sign energy, a Pisces, a Scorpio, a Cancer. This is being a student of your heart, and your heart has so much to offer you. And as you are being a student of your heart, you are seeing things more truthfully, more openly, more honestly. You are getting gifts come in, you are getting messages come in from your angels, from your spirit guides, from divinity, that open up a world to you, that open up an understanding and a depth to you that is really quite beautiful. To go deeper into this subconscious spirit message, we have the Two of Swords. And the Two of Swords is thinking that you had two roads. You had two roads open to you. But it's through looking inward. It's through a contemplation and understanding, and a knowing that you're not really too keen on either one of these ways forward, that you start to see a path open to you, or multiple paths open to you, that you hadn't imagined before, and that ring more true to you than anything that you had seen prior. All right, Aries, I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we move forward, blessed and crowned, with knowledge, with truth, and with powerful emotional guides that lead us to a place that we hadn't expected, but a place that really is quite beautiful for us. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and harmony, Aries.